speaking of Sebring, you were, as I understand it, just down the road when the 12 hours happened this year. Was it? I understand all the politics of why you weren't there, but was it tough to be just down the road and the spectator?
Well, we were in Homestead, giving the R15 Plus a rollout, and it wasn't possible because basically the car wasn't ready. You know, you can't let it run for the first time and do a 12-hour race. It just doesn't work like that.
Yeah, but had certain other people agreed, you could have.
Yeah, we'd have been there with the previous spec car, 2009 car, but it's a totally different story. There was an element that I think we had plenty of time to prepare because we knew very early on that Sebring wasn't going to happen. It wasn't possible. As much as we all would have liked to have happened with the 2010 car, it wasn't going to. And we had to prepare correctly for Le Mans. The funny thing was, Dindo and I, we went to see the start, cheered on EP because, that was stunning when he overtook the guy into the air, but that was mega. And so we were cheering on Emanuele, and I think he was flying the flag for us a little bit. And then we had to go and get on a flight and fly home. So the first I knew who actually won was when I got home. But it was really interesting to watch it back. It was interesting to see how the two Peugeots fought, how they obviously still make mistakes. There was quite a few sort of spins and incidents towards the end of the race when they were under big pressure, even into team pressure. They were quite surprised by the performance at the beginning of Emanuele, and we saw that again in Spa. That 4 of their drivers actually went off at some point through the course of the race, and there's a little bit of a crack in there, and we've got to be good enough and fast enough for long enough to exploit it.
Audi is always consistent here, and I think that's whether it's your open cockpit design or whether it's the pit practice that you do. It seems like you've always made up so much time in the pits versus your competition, and you watch Peugeot the first couple years here, and who knows what their strategy was. You didn't quite understand, but they definitely seem to have gotten much smarter with their pit strategy.
Well, they watched us.
Well, Truth in 24 is a great documentary.
Yeah, a great documentary, and unfortunately it tells a lot of truth, in good and the bad.
More truth than...
Yeah, well, that's the way it is.
Yeah, but is that something where that puts more pressure on you than out on the track?
No, I think there's pressure anyway. Certainly, I would say initially by Jost's involvement and the guys there from Reinhold down, they've got a lot of experience of this place. They've won it a lot of times, and prior to Audi as well, and they know that time in the pits is basically free time. Peugeot didn't appreciate that at the beginning. They came at from a very, very different angle, and they've I think improved a lot. The regulations have helped them a lot, because now you can basically get out, have a cup of tea, watch a bit of television, get back in by the time that the two mechanics and the one wheel gun have done a tyre stop. So it certainly hasn't helped our cause at all, but that's part of it. The regulations change and we've got to absorb that. But what it has done is, I think with us, and from the car, from the team, from the drivers, from the mentality, and right from the top with Dr. Ulrich, the way that he's approached Le Mans, the way they've approached it as a company has been pretty much right, and it's set us up for a pretty good battle, because the German Audi way is very different to the French Peugeot way, and find out Sunday afternoon 3 o'clock who was right in 2010.
Fingers crossed. I thank you for your time.
Thank you.